I'm Estiva, and you're watching Toasted.
Estiva, welcome to Armada HQ.
Yeah, thank you.
You just played a gig, your opening gig for the Armada Invites, which is kind of a legendary thing.
Yeah, it's always good to be here. The last time I played here was the State of Trance show, the pre-party. So it's good to be back here to support ATB and Ruben de Ronde and Raj.
Kind of an amazing lineup actually tonight.
Yes, I grew up listening to ATB. So yeah, it kind of feels special to support him tonight.
And of course, it must be tough as well to open. Like we just discussed this. This is not a normal gig. This is a recorded gig. It is in a private club. It takes time for people to get here, so you have to really get things going, right?
People still having dinner, but I was surprised. People came early, so yeah, we got the party going on pretty early, and I think it's packed now with Ruben de Ronde and Raj. So I'm pretty sure ATB is gonna throw it down pretty good. So I was happy with the crowd that came for me, because there were fans, and that always feels special that the people come out here, even from abroad. They come out here to see you, and it's a good show because you're so close to the artists, and I'm so close to my fans, so we can like interact and chat after.
This is recorded. Where will it be out? Your set, will it be on ASOT or?
I believe it will be aired on Armada Facebook on May 10th. Yeah, you probably have to link down the description whenever this comes out. We
will, no worries. Hey, last time we talked actually was in Utrecht at the State of Trance. This was a legendary gig. You even brought your grandma.
Yes, very special. Yeah, 88 years old. Yeah, really special. She always wanted to come down to one of my shows. But most of my shows are abroad, and she's old. I mean, you have to take care of her. She's really fit. She was really. She knows what's going on, but she's still vulnerable. She's my grandma, so I'd like to take care of her. So when I got the chance to play in Utrecht at ASOT, I thought, okay, this is the perfect opportunity to bring her down, and yeah, she came. And she really loved it, and she even met Armin van Buuren. We got a photo together, so yeah, a brilliant night.
Well, I mean, for her it must be, of course, special because you are playing there. Mm-hmm. But I mean, going to a party like that must have been kind of unimaginable for her.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, she's been watching television, and she knows. She's always telling me, "Yeah, Afrojack is doing this right now, and Martin Garrix is doing that." So she's always watching the Dutch DJs on TV. So she kind of knows what goes on, and she knows how a club looks from the inside. So yeah, it wasn't special for her in that way. I think she was pretty educated.
Is she proud of you?
Well, the way she looked, and she was so happy. She must be proud. Yeah.
Bet she is. Hey, listen up. What happened since then? Because I mean, I saw gigs in India and Japan. What else happened?
Oh yeah, a lot of studio work actually, because I was already busy with studio work, but now I heard I'm making an artist album. So yeah, it's gonna happen. The first time for me in, I think I'm doing this for 10 years now. So maybe that's a good. I think I'm doing this for 9 years. So maybe next year, or no, I want to release it this year. Let's release the album this year.
That's really good news. And how far is it? Are there any tracks done yet? I mean,
well, I've been so busy with producing, so I have like a whole bunch of tracks, and then people started telling me, okay, we're gonna do an album. So
sorry to interrupt you here because I wrote it down. Yeah. Star Walk was released in January, Barba in February, and then Repeater in April. So looking at those releases, it was like, he must have a shitload of tracks. Yeah. Why doesn't he release an album?
Yeah, well, and next Friday, in 2 days or 3 days, it's Blossom. So yeah, lots of stuff going on, and
So what will the album be like? Because I mean, it's great that you released all these singles and we love it, but of course the album is a big scoop. It's fantastic.
yeah, yeah. The album is going to be. I mean, people know. Like for the last year, I've been releasing a lot of music, so that's the direction I want my album to sound like. But I also, if it's an album, I want to explore some different areas as well. So there's some variety in the album, but it's still shaping up. So I don't know what's gonna happen.
How many tracks do you have finished yet? Is there anything finished, or is it all just work in progress?
15, 20 tracks. Jeez. I don't even know. It's so many. But like for the album, I want to pick the tracks that are like the absolute best. We can always release the other stuff, and I can always test it out. And if it's going down well, because in the studio it may sound awesome, but on the floor it's sometimes a little bit like this, or the other way. In the studio, like, and then you play it live, and you're like, yeah, we got to release this. So yeah, it's gonna be like for the next few months, it's gonna be interesting what's gonna happen. But the album's gonna be there soon.
Will there be vinyl for the vinyl lovers?
Vinyl, sorry?
Vinyl on record? Vinyl, like in the record behind you?
Oh, vinyl?
Yeah.
Oh, we have to talk to Armada about that. I would love to. You know, these days with all the MP3s, like for me as an artist, I put my heart out in a song, and then it gets released as an MP3. And to have like a record on the wall that adds something special, something tangible, is always nice to have. So yeah, maybe a limited edition, or yeah.
Sign us up. We would love to have that. That's really good stuff. Hey, I mean, not just talking about the music, but also about you personally. You've been traveling a lot to Asia. So you're India, so you're in Japan. How was India? That must have been something.
India is always crazy. There's a lot of fans there, and the market is growing, and people see opportunities everywhere. So you get to play lots of different venues, and India is different than Europe.
A lot of people are scared to go there, actually, because they're afraid to get sick, right?
Well, I mean, I think my stomach is pretty tough, so I can handle.
You didn't get the Bombay belly.
No Bombay belly for me. I love it. I love the spicy food, and I go out on the streets and eat a goat's brain. Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
Well, I mean,
that's asking for problems, man.
No. It was.
Imagine standing on the desk and then having to go.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. But I know I can handle it.
And then do a 7-hour set, you know.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Well, you can always like have a bucket with you or something.
But so you, I mean, you love traveling. Actually, you love going there. You love the food, and you're not afraid to try it out.
Actually, food is one of the best benefits of traveling, because I love food. I mean, lots of people love food, but I like to try out things that I haven't eaten before.
So what's the craziest stuff you ate?
Well, I think a goat's brain is pretty high up there. Yeah, but you know what it is? The texture of the brain is almost like egg white when you cook an egg. It's really soft and really, it's kind of nice. But I ate it with a lot of sauce, a lot of spicy sauces and herbs. So I didn't really get to taste the actual meat because it was so full of all the herbs, but it was amazing.
Actually, you should, I mean, and this is something that a lot of DJs, I mean, a lot of DJs travel and they have a good food. There are only a few who actually write about it or post about it. You should maybe do that, man.
Yeah, I should do that, but it's always a little bit bragging about.
Oh, come on, you're a foodie.
Yeah, maybe I should start writing a food blog or whatever.
You like your drinks as well, because I've been going through your social media. Yeah. Struck me that you're there with champagne in December, granted, cocktails. You like your drinks too.
Well, I mean, it's all like the benefits of traveling and going to places where you get to play music. But I mean,
what's your drink of choice? What's your favorite poison?
Ooh, I actually like in a club environment. It's different, but I really like red wine. So give me great food and a great red wine.
And you're done.
Yeah, but in a club environment, it's usually something with either beer or vodka. Something with vodka, anything actually, or tequila.
To keep you going. So the album will come out this year. You're working on this. This will probably take some time. I mean, it's not like you have this album and you release it next month. This takes time. What will you do until then? What are your near future plans?
I'm releasing tracks every 6 weeks, so there's no stopping me, and I'm gonna release a lot of new tunes. Like I said, I have like 15, 20 tracks to go. So if we plan those in, we're gonna be at 2018. End of the year, so there's like, yeah, nothing to worry about really.
Where will you play? Because I mean, will you play the States? Will you play more in Asia? Will you do the festivals this year?
Yeah, I think next. This is always a hard question. Where are you going next? I think next is Las Vegas actually, which is always interesting because it's a different crowd and. Sometimes you get to experiment. Sometimes you have to, like, follow the certain crowd that there is that night. But yeah, Las Vegas. Something comes to mind in Czech. So I usually don't play a lot in Europe, but this year I think I have quite a few shows in Europe, and I'm not sure if I can say this, but we're doing some Statement shows. Statement is Ruben de Ronde's label, and we've been doing some shows with Statement in the past, but we're going to continue that. Cool. But I think this is all I can say. Is Ruben out here? Or
you already spilled the beans that they will be at Tomorrowland, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Will you be there as well, actually?
I don't think so, no.
That would be awesome, though.
Well, maybe we can call them right now, please.
Oh, they'll call you, no worries about it. Hey, thanks so much for your time. One last thing that I want to ask you, because a lot of people might think it's strange that you not know where you're going next. But, I mean, if you are on tour a lot, and you travel a lot, I can imagine you only think like 1 gig ahead, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have to balance it out with your private life. So when you're home, you try to do as much stuff with your family, friends, girlfriend. So, and when you're traveling, you're just traveling, and you go to a place, and you're quite okay. I'm here right now, but it's kind of chaotic to think. Okay, I'm going to be there next week, and then there next week, and then there next month, and there. There's no. It's going to be, my head's gonna explode. Yeah. So and when I have to write music as well during the week, I don't have to write music. I have 20 tracks already, but I like to write music during the week. I like to have a clear mind so I can focus on the music.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.